Look at that bee doing his thing in some beautiful tropical paradise. That's right. It's the middle of summer. This beautiful tropical garden here. It's a warm, wonderful summer day. Everything's in bloom this time of year. Or is it springtime? No, it's not springtime. And it's actually not summertime. What time of year is it? You can't really tell what time of year it is when you look at my garden, the gardens I design and install, or all the plants I sell to my nursery and those gardens. It's hard to tell what time of year it is. You know why? Because it's beautiful all the time. There is no off season in the gardens that I make, and the plants that are used in the gardens I sell. Even the bees are like, hey man, this is beautiful summertime, right? So it's actually my birthday tomorrow, January 23rd today. My birthday tomorrow. So what does that mean? That means if you planted a bunch of lame plants like this one, they're gonna look dead. Look at this whole street. These are terrible. Look at these trees. This is some kind of red maple here. A lot of plants, I don't even learn the names if I don't like them. Like, what's the point? You've only got so much brain power. Why waste it on stuff you don't need to know and you don't really even want to learn? I'd rather spend all my brain power learning about plants that look good all year long. Like literally single thing I plant. I want to convince myself, I want luxurious beauty all year. You know? I don't want to have some stupid plant that just looks bad for a third of the year. During the time of year I'm depressed anyway. You ever heard of SARS? Seasonal affective disorder? I get it really bad. So I need to hypnotize myself into thinking it's tropical and warm, even if it's not. What do you think? What's prettier right now? This gorgeous, beautiful thing, or those ugly, might I say, ugly ass, I think that's a word you can use on YouTube, trees that make you feel like you want to jump off a bridge. No, we use plants that are awesome all the time. Here's a great example right here. The bees are so happy. There's very few things that make them happy this time of year. But one of them is Fuschia arborescens. And it's the tree fuchsia. It's also known as the shrub fuchsia. And there's some kind of conflicting information out there. And it might also be called synonymous to Fuchsia paniculata. But let's go back to what I call it here at the nursery. I call it Fuchsia arborescens. And why would you call it Fuchsia arborescens? Well, because it's a fuchsia and it behaves like a small tree. I love this thing so much. We pretty much always have this thing in the nursery, a few of them around. And you can use it as a screen. Kind of wanted a big screen here to kind of hide the building. As you can see, it has the flagship Golden Gate Palms colors in the purple spectrum. Over here we have kind of a more red on our building, but those are our company colors, anywhere from maroon to purple, because they're flamboyant, and I like to be flamboyant. My plants and everything I do. So, Fuchsia arborescens, it's native to Central America. It grows up in elevation in Central America, and as such, it's able to handle cooler temperatures as you rise in elevation in the tropics. Even though you're in the tropics, as you rise elevation, the temperatures will get cooler. And so there's a lot of wonderful plants that come out of there that can survive here. Right now, it's probably 55, 58 degrees in winter. It's a typical day. It might be a little warmer than that, maybe 60. We'll have lows at 40 degrees at night. But this thing here will actually take about 25 before it really has much of an issue. It seems to be pretty hardy. We're actually growing this plant in England, if you can believe it. And look at that beautiful thing. chase him around a little bit. So it's mildly drought tolerant because it's so woody that, like any woody plant, it just gets to a pretty good root system, and it can pull up its own moisture, no problem. We don't water this very much over here. As you can see right now, we have a beautiful hybrid Phoenix Robellini reclamata. I should probably make a video on that. We're not going to talk about that now. And then we have our fuchsia tree, and then we have a reed avocado. We have plenty of videos on this tree here. I give updates on this tree, on the fruiting of this tree, and we'll continue to do that until July of 2020, another 6 months, when we're actually harvesting this tree. My favorite shot is this one here, because it kind of gives you sort of a hint as to why they named it the way they named it, of avocado. I'll let you look that up. Anyway, so Fuchsia arborescens. What else can I say? The foliage is evergreen. The plant is nearly continuously blooming, like pretty much all the time. It makes these little purple seeds. Never tried to germinate the seed, but there it is. Maybe I can eat that. Look at that. I'm just kidding. It didn't kill me. So, if you're gonna taste something from a plant you never tasted before, take a little tiny bit, just kind of taste it and then spit it out, and then wait, and wait. If you feel fine 48 hours later, well, you can probably eat more of that plant. You keep eating more until you get sick. You gotta find the critical threshold where something's toxic. Anyway, the fuchsia tasted all right. It's pretty good. It's kind of juicy, a little bit of sugar, and I've never tried that before. I think I'll be fine. But I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Maybe it's toxic. Maybe it's not. I wouldn't think it's toxic just because it looks like it's really being offered to the birds. See, it's got a lot of moisture in there. That's what was tasting so good. It's actually pretty good. That could be good on salads. I'm going to look that up. If I don't get sick for the next 48 hours, maybe I'll eat a little more, try a little more. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But one more shot of a bee, and then you know where to come. You come down here and buy some fuchsia from me. I'll set you up. You get all kinds of goodies.